he did well Sunday. He didn't look like. I mean, although it's the Jets.
Mm.
No, no offense to the Jets fan, but he did good Sunday against the Jets. He was letting that thing ride. He had 213 yards, 3 touchdowns, 68 QB rating. So I mean, he looked good. He looked good. It's almost like he did everything people say he couldn't do. Something. Oh, I can't pass. All right, bet. Watch this. Watch this 50-yard bomb. Okay, I can't pass again. All right. Watch me get this to Duvernay real quick. So I think the Ravens are playing with fire, like they did with Joe Flacco. And then if he mess around and win a Super Bowl or get to that AFC Championship game, it's gonna be like, yeah, yeah, yeah. All that we was talking about last year, we got come on up, come on up. You know, throw an extra 50, 60 mil on that boy, and let's get this done. So I think the Ravens are playing with fire, man. I think they're playing with fire because if he somehow, some way, if they end up like Cincy last year, the ball just bounces their way a couple times, and they in where they at in Vegas for the Super Bowl this year, Arizona, and
Yeah,
they mess around,
yeah, Vegas.
make it to Vegas. Lamar like, yeah, scratch what we was talking about last year. Let's
Yeah,
increase that by
I need
50,
300
60.
guaranteed.
I mean, hey, Cleveland, no offense to y'all, but y'all, I ain't gonna say y'all messed it up, but y'all reset the market.
I
Giving
mean,
somebody two
you can say
thirty.
we reset the market, but I just feel like these are just the players that I mean these type of players
And I
deserve their
think it's
worth.
just for quarterbacks. I think that's just for quarterbacks. Everybody else, you get, whatever. You get whatever you get. But, for them quarterbacks, they like, bruh, if you ain't giving me at least 230, guaranteed, we ain't talking. I'm good. So, but you got on the walk.
Yeah, I mean, this is just pretty much the true definition of a player pretty much betting on himself. Just he's pretty much going out, and I think that we discussed this over the weekend. Well, I brought this up over the weekend. I said that if he's going to do this route, I just want him to improve on his throwing accuracy and things like that. And throwing on the run because we all know he's a dual threat quarterback, and we all know he can run, but everybody's always saying that his accuracy has somewhat pretty much been the problem. So I'm definitely glad that game one he showed his accuracy. You know what I'm saying? And again, I know it's against the Jets. No disrespect to the Jets, but at the end of the day, that's still an NFL football team. They get paid to do exactly what the hell he do. So
Right.
at the end of the day, he showed up. They didn't. So what
Right.
he won 29-3, and like Nico said, he had 213 yards and 3 touchdowns. So I feel like that's a good way to start off your season by betting on yourself, honestly. So, like you said, if this thing goes along and Ravens win the division and then they get to the championship game, not the Super Bowl, but even if he gets like a Super Bowl, I mean, I'm sorry, not even a playoff win, regardless if it's wild card or whatever, that's going to look bad for the Ravens because at the end of the day, like Nico just pointed out, like, hey, he's going to want more money, even more money, if he's going to continue to perform on the level that he's performing at right now. So,
Yep.
like I said, at the end of the day, I mean, it looks good for Lamar, but it looks bad for the Ravens, though. Honestly, in my opinion.
Yeah. Go ahead, John.
So yeah, I mean, obviously as a fan, I agree with everything you're saying, but also I keep hearing the term "you gonna mess around and make the championship." Ain't no one messes around. There's like maybe a
No,
handful of
what?
guys.
Yeah, yes, you
There's like
do.
two or three guys who
Sometimes that ball bounces
messed
through.
around
I was
We
about
just saw it with
and went through.
Cincinnati.
definitely did. Like they got a lot of luck, a lot of balls bounced their
Right.
way.
A lot of balls bounced their way.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Like that didn't happen because they messed around and have it happened because that just happens to a random team every year. Like one team gets those. The odds of it being the
Exactly.
Ravens are not that high. Like I'm just saying, but they do have
Well,
the
okay, okay. So look at it like this, right? That year they won. Who really had the Ravens winning the Super Bowl? That year that they went to Denver, beat Denver. I think they went to New England, beat New England in
Yeah,
back-to-back weeks. You
yeah,
win in
definitely.
Denver off of a blown coverage, that left Jacoby Jones all by himself.
Mm.
And then,
No, for sure. That's what I'm saying.
made a Super Bowl happen. You know, it
there's
just
there's a
went
lot of
their way.
teams that you could say messed around and won it. You know what I mean? Like the Packers were 15-1, didn't make it. The next year go 10-6, win Super Bowl. Steelers,
A
same
lot.
thing.
Same thing with them.
15-1,
A lot of the ball
right,
just bounced their way.
right.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
15-1, don't make it. 10-6 next year, make it. Ravens were nine and
It's
seven when
weird
they
how
won.
it works like that.
Giants were
Look
nine
at
and seven and 10-6 when they won the Super Bowl and they beat
look
Brady.
look at look at the
But
Niners this year. Or
but
this
I'm just
past.
saying, like, to pick out one team and say, you know what I mean? Like the odds of that are pretty high and ridiculous. So I'm not counting on the Ravens just messing around and doing it. I think they're actually going to have to work really hard to get this done. And I think they can do it. I believe the Ravens can do it. Now they did just lose a key defensive piece, but we'll see. I mean, they got a lot of players on that team that can step up and make plays. So
Who, Kyle Fuller? Is that who you talking about?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
towards ACL.
I mean, I feel like that kind of plays into what Nico was saying, though. Of, if the luck situation, like health is a big part in trying to make a championship run. So, I mean, honestly, like if they stay healthy, they definitely have a chance to, make a playoff run for sure. Like I said, they weren't healthy last year. So, I mean, that's why I feel like,
We got to be honest.
So again, to your point, I'm just saying, you can mess around in the playoffs and make it, but you can't mess around in the regular season in a sense. You know what I mean? Like they got to take advantage of every game because
Well, I think the problem is now you don't have to be that good to make it to the playoffs.
you don't. I feel
you don't
like, I
have to
mean,
be this sick. You don't
you
have
don't
to
have to
be
be that good in the regular season, though. I mean, let's be real. I mean, as long as
true.
you hot going into the playoffs, that's all what matters. I mean, and that's be real. That's exactly what happened in Cincinnati.
Yeah, you don't have to be as good now to make it to the playoffs. But again, like you said, this is the Jets. They got a field goal
100%.
that they had an interception on like the 13 or 17-yard line and couldn't move the ball, kick a field goal. Another time they got the touchdown in Jets territory and they were able to score. And then that's when he got his momentum because he got the ball back like, I don't know, like I think he went 3 and out in like a couple seconds. Like Joe Flacco just gave it right back. And he had his momentum from that previous drive. And that's where we saw Lamar put together a nice 88-yard drive, like 12 plays, 88 yards, something like that. And that's what – so, when Lamar is in the lead, man, that dude knows how to put his foot on the pedal. You know what I mean? He's Kevin Durant. He is that guy. When he's playing from behind, he's not the same. So I really like that the Ravens were able to do the coaching. They were able to keep the Jets out. No offense to Joe Flacco, but it is, he's not exactly Aaron Rodgers at 37, Tom Brady at 37. He's what we used to see quarterbacks be at 37, So, but I was impressed with the way that he was able to get it going. But a lot of offenses are like that way. I mean, we saw a lot of offense get slow to get going, but once he got going, man, Lamar was back. He was Lamar, and he was fun to watch yesterday.
Yeah, I agree.